Hey yo, hey yo. It is April 3rd, 7:27. Uh, so, it's just another morning. We had a little rain yesterday. Well, Texas had some rain yesterday. The entire state. And actually, when I looked at the radar, it seems like the entire Midwest had some rain. Had some rain, ice, rain, snow, and then snow up into Canada. So about a lot of stuff. Anyways, that's not really the point. The point is, I'm just going to go through the things that I want to talk about here. Morning video. So I this is the ad that I got and I wanted to click on. So I wanted to see. I wanted to see and look over their site and stuff. It's called For Patriots. This 72-hour survival food kit. I don't know if anybody's seen this, their ad and stuff. The product looks decent enough. It's one of these things that it's like, I know people that this would actually be like a gift, that if I gave them this gift, they would probably be like, oh, okay. And especially if I gave it to them as a gift, like not for like Christmas or something like that, Christmas, their birthday, but I just was like, I bought this and like, here it is. Like just out of the blue, it was like, why did you give me a gift? And like, I don't know, because I just wanted to give you a gift. Like, oh, okay. I thought of you. Like I just know some people that are like, that are in that mindset. Conservatives. And since I'm in an apartment, you know, I also like in these kinds of ads, it's a YouTube ad. They don't advertise the price. They're like, the ad was like, oh, we're so overstocked and blah, 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 blah. Like, buy one, get two free is the thing. Okay. The whole ad, it didn't say anything about the price. Right. Okay. So one of them costs $29. And I'm like, all right, it's food kit and everything. And none of the critical information was really given out in the advertisement. It was just like all the information that you would care about if you were like a crazy conservative was like given out. It's like, oh, the stupid shit. Like we make it here in America and blah blah blah. And we're like, we consider ourselves family and stuff. My shit was like, it's like, how long is it gonna last if I don't eat it? It was like, it's supposed to last 25 years. I'm like, okay, that's the important thing. how much does it cost? $29. All right. 3 of these bags. And is this, I don't really know how big of a bag this is. This is a kit, you know, whatever. I mean, I like how the name is For Patriots, but, you know, whatever. But pop, maybe maybe it shows me that picture of what it was again. No, it doesn't really. Oh, that picture of like what everything is inside of it doesn't really have it. It just has this nice picture of this cute, cute hometown blonde white girl, like with a spoon, like, it's me, I'm eating stuff. It's like, all right. But again, $29 for 3 of these things that supposedly are, it says 72-hour survival kit. So, because you'll get 3 separate 72-hour survival food kits for every 1 kit you order. So, I don't know. I don't know. What is that for 1 person? For 4 people? I mean, again, it wouldn't really be for me. It looks kind of big. I don't know. It's supposed to. I'm interpreting it as something like, oh, it's kind of supposed to be kind of an MRE situation. Basic stuff. I would assume. Something a 4 people situation, 72 hours. So, you know, that would be kind of like, what, 9 days? 72 hours is 3 days, right? 3 times 3, 9. 4 people for 9 days. Yeah. So I mean, for $29, yeah, okay. And you just put those 3 things in the back of your house in a closet somewhere, and they supposedly last 25 years. And if you're in a hurricane area, you put them on the top shelf, something so they don't get wet. And you're like, yeah, we just got these, and you hope they're good. And it's like, all right, that's like something that I would buy if if I had money. And all of that 9 minutes that I just talked about is, again, part of the problem. Part of the problem of the current state of affairs. And like, there are a lot of things and a lot of like small companies and businesses and just a lot of stuff that could be happening that isn't happening. Good things that could be happening. If there was more money floating around instead of more money concentrated up in 10 big balls. Not to, no pun intended. Real people who are old school conservatives and conservative economists actually kind of know this and want markets to work this way. They want the market to have the money just cycling around. Like Adam Smith and those types of economists want things to work that way. And you have 10, 50, 100 people, for lack of a better term, holding on to half, 60%, 70% of the money or assets or whatever of an economic system. It's bad. It gums up everything. They talk about innovation and stuff, and it's just, that's bullshit. One person that is holding on to all that. One person can't, like Elon Musk having all of that wealth. He wouldn't have the time to think about how to divvy up all that money, all those assets, to spread it around, even if he wanted to. Fairly or unfairly. So the fairest way to do it is to just tax all these people and tax it federally, tax it through the states, and just work it out through the bureaucracy and the bureaucrats and programs, and give it out through stuff like that. And then make sure, of course, that the programs that are being used are not how do I put it? Prohibitively slow. That they are not too in the way of whatever the receiver of the funds would want to do, as seems to be in the case. It seems to be the case for some people. Now, when I did start a business, I got everything done pretty quickly. The only thing I can't do is get money to move on to the next step. I can't find any way to get any money to like hire people. I don't know where to get any money. I actually did try to get a loan somewhere, but I can't find a place to get any loan. Now, if I could find a place to get a loan, I don't think I would get a loan because I don't want to be in debt. The last thing I want to be is in debt to someone else. So, I mean, but that being said, I was curious if I could get a loan somewhere. So I looked around to find out. Uh, I was much more interested in where I could get a grant from, just where I could just get money from. And it's like fucking impossible. You can't. You just can't find it. It should be way easier just to find where you can get money if you have a business and you just want to start it. You're just starting out and you want a business. I've never had a business before. I'm not Trump. You know, I don't have, I didn't start 12 businesses that all went bankrupt. You know, so I figured, all right, I should at least get one chance to fail. You should at least, I mean, seriously, everybody should at least get like, you know, 3 chances at, you know, like I say, a department of money. Why don't we have just a department of money? Yes, it's a nice, easy thing to call it. Just you walk in and it's like, what do you want money for? I don't care what I want money for. Just I'm a U.S. citizen. Just give me some money. Fill out a nice form. What are you starting? What are you doing? I don't give a shit. Just give me some money. I'm a taxpayer. I was a taxpayer before I was on disability. Anyways, I'm going to sell drugs to kids. That's what I'm going to do. That's my business model. Are you joking? Of course I am. Like, seriously. Make people jump through so many hoops. That's just to get fucking loans. That's just to be in debt. So the best way to be a multimillionaire and billionaire is to have someone in your orbit that's already rich, that can just be like, you can just go to and be like, so I want to do this. Can you just give me money to do it? And they'll be like, sure. Here's $1 million. Oh, okay. I only needed like 50,000 or 100,000, but $1 million is like a lot better. Like that'll really help out. And I have some family members that are like, but I don't think I have a lot of credibility with anybody though. You know, and being from poor background, I don't really know. I don't really know anyone. So, yeah. Anyways, that's what that's what that that's what that Four Patriots thing is. It's like a metaphor for everything. It's like everybody had more income, and a little bit more money. More people could just afford to buy, try, little stuff like that. And the economy would be more vibrant. And because there would be more little stuff like that, there would be more jobs. And then because there would be more jobs, there would be more money, so on and so forth. Oh, man. But that's that. Anyways, the other thing, that was just the usual kind of stuff that I would focus on, talk about. Watching Artemis 2 astronauts take questions on their way to the moon. CBS News. This is fun. The Artemis missions are apparently going on. It's nice to see that NASA is still functioning. NASA is marching forward. Even, you know, even in these times when, with all this other crap going on, NASA is managing to do its job and apparently do its job well. So that's good. I like that. And I watched Neil Tyson's Star Talk segment on Artemis. So apparently Artemis 1 did the unmanned thing where the thing flew to the moon, flew around it, and came back and landed. And so the Artemis 2 is where the manned one is going to go to the moon, fly around, and then land. And the third one is where they're going to the third one is going to be manned, apparently. And they're going to land on the moon. So, but they're going to land at a different it's gonna be a different landing site. So 60 years, yeah, 50, 60 years, whatever. So yeah, you can say bad things about Musk, but I mean, it took a combination of Elon Musk, Tesla, China, all that stuff. The hyper development of the computer age to get humanity back to, deciding to take another trip to the moon. And apparently the Artemis program is the precursor program, if you want to call it that, to starting a permanent moon colony base, whatever. This is going to have to be a non-nation thing. This is going to have to be a everyone thing, regardless of whatever. Regardless of, NASA gets there first and stuff. Because China is going there soon too. They're going to send their automated stuff there, and then they're going to send they call them taikonauts, which whatever. But I am of the true conviction. I really believe that we as humanity need a real world government. Like a real world government. A formal world government with a formal ruling body. That has teeth, meaning that it has a world government that has, I don't know, everything that a government has, with all the implications that it has. Because very soon, yeah, you can't really start colonizing the moon, the Mars, Titan, you know, other extraterrestrial bodies. Can't really start doing that on any kind of meaningful basis without um, you can't have like okay, the United States is going to have Titan and China is going to have this one and Russia gets this one and like it's like you really think logistically and politically and socially, religiously, like all of in all of these dimensions, you really think that that's going to work? Like, I mean, seriously, like we're going to have China world and Christian world and like India world, and because the technology is like just bubbling out of the bottle right now, like, and pretty soon it's just going to be like boop, and yeah, now it's here, and like spaceships are going to be like airplanes soon, like they're just going to be flying. And once that's kind of happening, once there's kind of like not just like the International Space Station and that Chinese space station that they kind of just got started building, once there's like 5, 6, 8 space stations, then there's gonna be like smaller spacecraft that are up there cleaning up the debris because they're gonna have to clean up the debris. So they're gonna be up there cleaning debris. Probably automated space drones cleaning up the debris is probably what'll be happening. And probably automated drone, some kind of automated system cleaning up the space debris that's up there in order to make room for more space stations. So, I mean, like, basically what I'm saying is we have to get our house in order. And like, America has to get its house in order before humanity can get its house in order. I think I got a pimple somewhere in my nose. And one major thing about America getting its house in order is, you know, you have to like realize that like the people that are our trading partners are not going to be are going to be our military partners. Like it's either going to be all or nothing. Like that's how it's going to be. Like either we're going to trade with China and they're going to be our military ally, or we're not going to trade with them and they're going to be our military enemy. You can't have both. You can't be like, so, and I say we should trade with them. So, stop trying to have it both ways. And the same thing goes with India, and since America is all the way over here, we could do the same thing we've been trying to do, even though we've been advertising that we're great diplomats while at the same time not being such good diplomats in other areas. But China and India, like, it's just if you pay attention, if you look at it, it's China and India, like, have tensions. It's because, like, it's because they both, like, I think they both want to take the number one spot or something like that. It's like everybody in the world wants to be top dog, but it's like you just don't. Why? Why don't you ask America and England what it's like to be top dog? Just ask us what it's like to be top dog. It's not really that good. It ain't really that much fun. It would be a lot better if everybody just worked together. I hope this moon thing is a good way to show that that'd be a lot better if everybody just worked together. Anyways, that's Artemis. A new era of working together. And I think that all of the coming shit that's going to happen on the moon, mainly the stuff that's going to go wrong on the moon, because there's going to be some shit that's going to go wrong eventually. I mean, stuff is eventually going to go wrong on the moon when the U.S., China, Russia are building up their moon bases. Something's going to go wrong at one of the bases eventually, and they're going to have to ask for help from one of the other bases. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. So, anyways, tax rich, kneecap the rich, boobs.